Hello, everyone. A wonderful evening here from Europe and several other places in the world. I am Tom, and I'm here to tell you a story. Of course, I am not alone. I brought my best, the most incredible, the amazingest companions that I was able to find. And I am so glad that I'm allowed to run this game of Curseborne for you during Onyx Path Convention, uh, which I'm very happy to be a part of. Um, and I think you might have heard of it a few times during this convention already, but please let me tell you one last time that during the convention there is a massive sale on a lot of awesome things that have been written and published by Onyx Path and an incredible team. And if you listened to the Curseborne panel just earlier, you should feel as much the drive as I do to buy a lot of amazing things that are just promised yet. So we have to make do with what is already there. And that's, for example, the tasty bits of Curseborne, which heavily inspired today's session. Bonus points to anyone who identifies the particular bit that sent us off to this amazing story of family and siblingship and the inescapable drive and need to kill some supernatural creatures. Of course, that can't be my role, as I am far too self-obsessed and I need to talk a lot. So let's meet our amazing cast for today. And as it is tradition, let's go in the order that they appear around me on the Zoom call. So let's start with Inbal. Hi Inbal, it's so great to have you back. And
Hi Tom, hi everyone. Hi, I'm in Val or IRP group on Discord. I am a recurring victim of Tom in many a game. Tom, did you want us to tell who we're playing today as well?
maybe that is a great idea. Yes.
Fab. So I'm playing Clover, who is one half of a twin pair, which you'll find out in a bit. Clover is a Venatori underground, and we're approaching it. She's a curse epidemiologist. Epidemiologist. Don't even know if I can say that. Which I probably should do at some point. But yeah, I'm playing Clover today.
Thank you. And I'm gonna do some cursing magic and unhex our arrangement. Awesome! How did that work? I don't know. Maybe Emmy, I am so glad that you are with us today. I have such beautiful sights to show to you. Please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and who you're gonna play.
Hi, yeah, I'm Em. I'm gonna be playing the other half of the twin duo, Rue, uh, who is a troubled PI, and she's just doing her best, and she's not doing quite good enough. Um, but I love her, and I love Clover and their siblings, and they love each other even though they have such little in common.
Let's put that to the test. Thank you. Okay.
What do you mean by that?
Josie, glad to have you back.
Hi, I am also a recurring victim of Tom. My name is Josie. I use they, them. I will be playing Blair Chubb, the younger sister of Cameron's character, who has, like, just picture this vibrant pink hair, lollipop in the mouth all the times, and goes around everywhere on roller skates. I just want you to all know this because I'm playing the most girly pop that has ever girly popped. She's a legionnaire, so that just means I follow my contract. I make an art out of my kill, but nothing else. Um, very much a perfectionist and trying to one-up Hector in any way she can.
Thank you. And of course, our dear Cameron, welcome back.
Hello everyone. I'm Cameron, or Cameron the Tall on Discord, and I am playing Hector, who is, I like to think, the inspiration behind this game. No, Hector was in a previous game back in December, which was a lot of fun, and I guess Tom decided to torture me and my character some more by arranging this game. And yeah, as we'll see, Hector is still recovering from the events of the last game, so we'll see what happens this time. Looking forward to it. And yes, Josie is character will be tormenting me, I'm sure.
I don't remember that I said let's do a full Venator game. I have the feeling that somebody else got that idea. But we'll see. Okay. Is there anything else I need to say, I need to do before we can launch ourselves into our story proper? Yeah, everyone has said that they're getting tortured. I am not entirely sure where this comes from. I call it slander. And yeah, we'll just see where our story will lead us. Okay, I need. There we go. That's the right paper of notes. I have too many notes. This is an uncomfortable amount of notes. Okay, dear audience, this game contains elements of emotional and maybe physical abuse. Themes of physical and mental health will come up. There is probably harm to teenagers, and expect some maybe psychological horror. And I want all of us to sit comfortable in our chairs, to maybe have a drink at the ready, to have the right cushion, blanket, whatever you need to just feel in the right mood for a good old story. And I want you to close your eyes and listen well. Welcome to the world of Curseborne. This world is just like ours, with an important difference. It is cursed. From the highest branches of heaven to the deepest roots of earth, it is entangled in a net of curses. And there are plenty of creatures and people who are damned to a life in the shadows or in bright daylight, hiding their true natures or erupting in a storm of rage, showing their teeth, claws, and beaks. It is a world that's not kind, for curses are the reason why good people suffer and bad people thrive. And whilst there are plenty of stories about sorcerers and the ambitious hungry, about the primal and the dead and the outcast. This is not a story about them, because there's another kind of curse. A curse that drives you to seek out the damned, to find them, to learn their weaknesses and stop their wicked deeds. How to stop them? This is a question of philosophy, but it doesn't change that your curse won't let you stop hunting. It attaches you to a single person or creature, to what we call a monster. And you won't be able to rest. In fact, you will start to deteriorate if you are neglecting your duty until it is brought down. Our group of Venators, of monster hunters, of cursed, is living in Miston. Miston City sits somewhere on the east coast. It's a nice, quiet place, for if you were trying to get there, if you were driving by on the highway, you would really need to concentrate to find the right access, to leave the highway even. There are barely any flights scheduled to Miston. And since the wharf stopped its work, there's very little ship traffic to the city either. To be honest, we like it like this. Nobody messes with our affairs, and we can leave the rest of the world alone. A few weeks ago, a new itch started for our Venators. It started in the neck, and it quickly spread across the back of the head, across the shoulders, the back, over the arms into the hands. And as this curse works, they came upon the leads. Newspaper articles, TV reports, people talking about these things in their favorite bars. There is a new case of people vanishing, of people dying in horrific ways. And what didn't seem to be connected turned out, after some research, was very much connected indeed. There were witnesses who reported the vanishing, the brutal death of a family member to the authorities, to emergency responders. And what our crew of Venators quickly realized is that all these witnesses had been asleep while the deed happened. And they learned even more. They learned that all of these witnesses have been recently to a sleep laboratory. And as they researched that place, it led them to a location that they all were once very intimately familiar with. Because before it became a sleep laboratory, it was an orphanage, Mudlark Mansion, and it was their home for a very long time. We close in on the orphanage, on the building that accompanied you for a very long time. There's still the high fence in front of it, the rusty gate awaiting you. You pass it. The copper plate at the entrance has been removed, but you can still see its outline on the stone. You see the new plastic label telling you that this is a clinic for sleep research. And as you look up the facade of the building, you see the shut down windows, the closed curtains, and the door right in front of you. The doorbell is a buzzer that opens the door, and you step in. You can open your eyes as you arrive in Mudlark Manor. And I like to know, Clover, what in the lobby is still the same as many years ago?
The windows, I think, probably the same. It's a neoclassical building, and the windows probably remain the same. And the way that the shadows, the light coming from the outside casts a shadow inside is exactly the same as it was when we first arrived and whilst we were here. And it's that somewhat unnerving lines on the floor and certain grids and patterns that draw attention immediately.
Thank you. Hector, what do you identify as unchanged?
My attention is first drawn to the one doorway off the lobby. It now has a friendly little vinyl sign over it welcoming us to the sleep clinic. But I don't see it. I just see that imposing door to the director's office. And visiting it in the past was never a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It always led to, no matter how much I steeled myself, it always led to pain and anger and sadness.
And Rue, what has changed? What is new?
The curtains aren't the same. They're a friendlier pastel shade. not the rundown, ratty white ones that each window was adorned with. And it's strange because even though it's been turned into a new building and a new location, I can still see the scribbles of where I whittled into the staircases and into the walls out of anger. No one touched those.
Okay. And Blair, what else has changed?
The windows, they installed new glass in it, and it's a different hue of light that now is allowed to spill in, while the previous were just like your regular ones. This is a little bit more dimmed. Like it's almost like there's an orange tint over the windows now.
Okay. And what feelings arise in you, Blair, as you return?
Trying to keep the feelings a bit away, but it's this wash of very not so pleasantly tinged nostalgia of a place that I never thought I would return to, but here I am, and I don't know how happy I am to be here. But just quick in and out, let's get this over with.
And Rue?
I don't mind. I don't mind being here. Um, I came to terms with it almost. Like as we were getting closer, I realized I'm bigger now and I'm older now. And if I'm really that bothered about it, I'll just stab the wall again. Um, no one's paying attention to me when other people are asking questions, and if I get overwhelmed, I can walk outside, but I, I mostly am fine,
Great.
if not my blood pressure being slightly a little higher than usual.
How does returning feel for Hector?
First off, I just feel exhausted. Maybe I'm suppressing my emotions. I kind of feel like I'm just wrapped in gauze as I stand here looking around and just let out a long exhale. I kind of hate to say it, but I probably feel like Clover. I just want to do what we're here to do and get out of here. And go back and I don't know, maybe soak my head in the sink back in my apartment.
And how does Clover feel about returning?
Much like Hector just said, Clover, I'm very collected in the way that I look in my dress, and the black hair bun at the back is very neatly done. The purple kind of uh, quiff that we've got, the dyed hair, very sits very primly at the front. As I walk in, I tie the orange jackets I've got, maybe zip it up a little more, as I kind of almost laying an armor on, in that trying to think, we're here for a job, because this was the last place that I allowed myself to unravel when we came in, because it was so traumatic of what happened before. Um, and when I unraveled, it didn't end well for me, and I haven't allowed myself to unravel since. So it's very, very guarded, I think, and very much like Hector's just said, want to finish this and then leave and do whatever I need later.
You step onto the cold stone floor of the lobby. And whilst outside there's sunshine and warmth, this is quickly drawn away from you. There is the looming door to the director's office. There is also an empty front desk. There is a corridor that leads away from here, and a small waiting area, which is currently also empty. You all can taste that your prey is close. And you know that this sense will accompany you for the rest of the job. You know it's here, you know it's close, and you know it's dangerous. But where exactly it is, you need to find out. And of course, you'll need to learn more about it to bring it down. So, with echoing steps, where do you start?
Do we see any other people in here? Is there a person behind the desk?
No.
Am I able to, like, there is a staircase, right? I didn't just make that up in my head.
That's a very good question. There's a corridor, there's the front desk, there's the waiting area, and there is the looming door to the director's office. And
Sorry, go ahead.
you are pretty sure there was once a staircase. Right over there in that corner.
In the corner where the director's office was, or where the corridor is, or
Where
sorry.
the corridor is.
All right. Well, I'm annoying, so I'm just gonna walk in and start throwing open doors. Unless somebody tells me not to do that, probably Clover. But I'm gonna walk in and throw open a door, see what's inside.
The
Probably
corridor.
walk to,
Okay.
yeah.
You walk down the corridor until you get to the first door, and it's a little bit odd. You're standing immediately in one of the patient's rooms. It is a place with only a single bed in there. Somebody is clearly sleeping. There's a wardrobe with their personal belongings, a small table to their side, a window that is shut, and you notice that there are several small shelves across the walls, and they have small vases, some empty cups, and a few other things. Like you see a clearly not used, still packaged syringe sitting there on one of the shelves. You see an empty bottle for medication, and somehow there is something telling you that there is a strange symmetry to how all these things are aligned.
I am again annoying, and there's someone sleeping right now, right?
Yes,
So you
yes,
said
there's somebody sleeping.
perfect. Well, I'm gonna walk in and I'm gonna just be like, "Good morning, sunshine!" And I'm gonna grab the two bottles of like the medication and the syringe, and I'm gonna go, "Clover, I got a gift for you!" And I'm gonna kind of tuck them in my pocket unless she comes in the room, in which case I'll toss it at her and go, "We should run a test on this." And then I'm gonna walk over to the person who's sleeping right now, and I'm gonna, are they waking up to my bullshit or no?
Let's start with the reactions of your crew.
With my team.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm as soon as she walks. So we're as nosy as each other. We're twins, so it's not like there's no too much worrying about where is everything, but we want to find out what's going on. So I got my notebook, the one that I had when we were last here, and the one that I've got new one, as to take notes of everything that's going on. Those suit is, and I'm looking through it and I'm thinking, why is there a syringe? And this is a sleep clinic. There should be no syringes here. And then she's picking it up, and I'm, what are you? No, no, taking it off her. Though, step away from the syringes. Don't poke anyone. Just looking at the sleeping person who's been left
I'm
unattended.
tossing it at you.
And looking for cameras, because in sleep clinics there would be cameras, as far as Clover knows as well. So I'm looking for some monitoring devices as well, because there should be something here.
Mm-hmm. There certainly is something here. There is a camera in the top corner of the room. How about Blair and Hector before we resolve the noise assault on the sleeping person?
I just kind of throw my hands. Fuck them.
Yeah, I think Blair on the roller skates. I wasn't joking. I
know,
mean
it's just like, how insensible of them. I got a roller skate.
Just squeak, 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 squeak. No, I oiled them. Just, I don't think that Blair's really minding the rest, and like Hector has like the, oh fuck those, like sure grandpa, and is probably already trying to scout out somewhere else, but is ready to turn at a moment's notice to see what Rue has caused this time.
Okay. Well, Rue is bravely attempting to wake up the sleeper. Hector's probably still on the corridor. Clover is in the room with Rue, and Blair is standing in the doorframe. As the following thing happens. You feel the weight of this person in your hands. You feel the fabric beneath on your skin. You look at them, and there is there's a slight shift. You hear all the things that are sitting on the shelves ring. You feel a soft breeze coming from the window. You notice that you can feel the cold stone floor beneath your bare feet. And suddenly, you are alone in this room. The walls are less happily painted. They're a little bit more gray. And you are here because of your unruly behavior. Because once again you made a giant mess and alarmed everyone in the middle of the night. You got the other kids up and scared. You interrupted the staff's sleep. And at least that's what they told you, almost caused a fire. And so now you are in this room until you're finally calmed down and know how to behave yourself.
Am I able to just start crashing the fuck out? I don't know how much of this is like in my head, but I mean, I'm able to process that like I've been here before and I know what's happening. But I mean, is there anything in the room with me for me to start like throwing? Or is it like a completely empty room?
This is not your first time in this room.
No.
And they removed anything breakable from it. To their experience, you never try to harm yourself. So you are here with a set of blankets, cushions, and some other textiles. But that's basically it. It's in the middle of the night, so there's no food, no drink.
I guess I'm just gonna start yelling for Clover, and assuming that doesn't work, I'll eventually calm down and just sit down on the floor in the middle of the room and put my head in my hands and be really upset. Um, However, comma, is there any form of my No, I don't think I can do anything else right now. I'll just stick with being upset and yelling for Clover to come help me.
Has Clover ever come to help you?
Clover's tried, but Clover's never been successful.
So, why might it be different this time?
It's always worth calling.
Okay. Please roll me an
Uh-oh.
integrity check. And for that, you take either your resolve or your composure. And you don't add anything to that. You just roll that. And in the end, you add the hits to a total of 1.
Composure or resolve.
Composure or resolve.
All right. And then I put in 2 for the number of cursed dice. Is that correct?
Your curse dice are currently 1.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's all right.
Okay. Difficulty is straightforward 1.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
And you're rolling privately. I can't tell what you've rolled.
I don't know how to make it publicly.
Okay.
But I can read it to you when failure. It says.
Nice.
I got a 1.
You got 1 success or 1 hit or
1 missing hit. And then I roll again, right?
no,
Sorry.
you usually
No,
don't.
just the 1.
Is your composure and your resolve both 1?
They're both it's a plus, there's 2 dots on it.
Yes. Okay.
But when I rolled composure, it says failure 1.
Okay. Um, let me try
Here,
this.
there. Reveal to everyone. I figured it out. Now you can see.
Okay. Ah, okay. Yeah. So you rolled a 1 and you have a 3 on your curse die. Okay. Dumpty 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 dum. It's all good. Okay. So you're stuck with an integrity of 1 because your integrity is 1 and you rolled your integrity check to maybe raise the entire number, which isn't enough to break through yet. But there's somebody else, and it's in the middle of the night. And there's been a huge ruckus. A lot of screaming, a lot of yelling. And they took your sister away from you. You're being observed by one of the staff members, but he is tired. And then, after things have quieted down, you hear them, the cries for you. Clover, you're needed. What do you do?
I am watching the person that's watching me very closely, to see if they do drift off to sleep. And when they seem to, when the head drops to that point where they're just down and not rising up after about 10 seconds, I start creeping towards the door.
Okay. This is, aside from him almost catching you because he tried to open his eyes, but it has been an exhausting day, and this night is not getting better at all. He drifts off again. But there's an entire house between you and Drew. And if you're going to sneak, I need you to roll me a stealth and dexterity roll.
Okay.
And one thing. We have momentum, which you can spend to gain additional enhancements or to succeed at a roll. And since we just had a failed roll, your pool of momentum increases from 4 to 5.
Okay. How am I rolling? Is it larceny or is it just dexterity?
Wait a second. I said something stupid, right? Let's go with larceny.
I've got nothing in larceny. I've got 3 in dexterity.
You also got a bond with your sister.
True. Mm-hmm.
And you can spend points from that bond to gain additional enhancements.
Okay. I will do that. How do I do that?
You spend them 1 per 1, and these enhancements become hits as soon as you roll at least 1 hit with your dice pool.
Okay, so on here I just need to add 1 enhancement and then take 1 off the other one?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Hope it works properly. Is it okay? Yeah.
That's looking like you have a success, and you gain your additional hits from your enhancement, which tells us you made it. That's great. You
Okay.
achieved 2 hits, you needed 1 to beat the difficulty, so basically you have 1 left that you could use for general tricks, which, for example, could increase your momentum pool by 1. I think this is the most reasonable one right now.
Yeah, let's go with that one. And I think the way that I make it through the house is because I study things. I'm very much an observer of everything around me. So I sort of know who's sleeping where and who's about when and where's the squeaky floorboard and that kind of thing. So I'm not imperfectly, but that's how I managed to traverse towards where Rue is.
Brilliant. You sneak through the house. The boards on the staircase are creaking as you cross them. There's this cold drift. But you know where your sister is. You hear her yell, but there's something more. A connection between the two of you. You know where to find her. And finally, you're standing in front of that damned, bolted down door. Or barred door. That's the proper word. What do you do?
On the way, there would have been a mirror somewhere. On the way, would I have seen what I look like? Do I look like my young self, or as I was going through?
I think you see both of yourselves.
Okay. So, yeah, this is my head. It's in my head. I'm walking down seeing the door. Can never get past this door to get her out. But I'm older now. I think I am, and I can probably try and work this out somehow. Even I don't have the key. But before I do anything, I kind of go, I know there's a gap under the door, because there's always been a bit of a gap. So I get on my hands and knees and just call underneath the door and go, Rue? Rue? Rue, I'm here, Rue. Quietly, but still calling her so she can hear me over her own sobbing. And
Yeah, I'm a crawl over to that door and shove my little fingers underneath.
yeah, I'm here. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get you out. And I'm looking around at the door itself.
As there's no way to reach outside from the other side in a meaningful way, there's just one large, what's it called? Riegel, words.
Is it a bolt or is it
Bolt, yeah.
yeah.
That's why I had bolted down in my head. It's just one big bolt.
It's just a bolt. Okay. So yeah, if it's a bolt, and I think before it was probably too hard for me. It was when we were little. It was too stiff, and too strongly done. But this time I'm kind of right. Okay, no, I know what. I know I'm older. I can do this, and pulling on the bolt opening up and pulling on it.
And a few moments later, you're standing in front of each other, teenagers and adults at the same time. And the night dissipates. Some of the soft light from the outside is filtering back into the clinic room with the sleeper awkwardly resting on their bed now, as if they have been pulled up and then dropped back. And I think, no, are the two of you still standing? Are you sitting on the ground? How do you find yourselves?
Probably it's. Are we standing? What do you think?
I think standing and probably holding each other. I think that would
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
I got
As
like
if we've
tears
just
running down
opened
my
the door
face.
and held each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened from Blair's point of view is that your two underground venators were, let's say, face front investigating the scene, and suddenly both of their bodies relaxed almost entirely. They were barely able to stand. Their eyes were closed, rapid movement of the eyeballs. And you saw that both of them were voiceless screaming until they were able to touch each other.
Great. My favorite. I skate over to them. I will keep this up. And like it like a little eep stop. Like, are you guys okay? What was that?
Yeah. Fine. Yeah.
Do you need a lollipop?
Yeah. Take the lollipop is immediately sugared it with a hit of sugar and taking out my notepad and immediately starting to write down notes of what
I also
said.
hold one out to Rue.
Rue will take the lollipop and she's kind of just looking at you like this. Just like slightly in horror, just
So
thanks.
y'all were like slouched over and being really weird. What happens?
I'm taking a note of that as well. Like, this is all the symptoms list that I'm writing down. So,
Like
slouched over, and what do you mean looked weird? What?
like you had your eyes closed, but almost from that distance I could like see your eyes moving really fast and your mouth will open like you were screaming, but nothing came out. And the moment that you touched each other, it stopped.
I think we were having some form of a waking nightmare.
Yeah, but
Did you smell
together?
toast? Like burnt toast? Because that's a seizure.
No.
I'm not having a seizure.
No. No, we didn't smell that. That's a good point. Right, notes that down. No, we had, we, no, we dreamt the same dream, but we were here back when we were here, Blair. We were,
Yeah.
Brew was being punished, and I could hear us scream, and yeah.
Where are the cameras?
It's basically on the side of the wall that is also containing the door. So you have the perfect view into the room and onto the window.
Okay. I'm gonna. I mean, can I? If I jump, can I reach it? Or
The ceiling is not that high. I think if you really put a lot of effort into it, you could probably reach it. Yes.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna grab um Blair, like Blair's shoulders, and be like, "I'm gonna put you on my shoulders, and
Are you?
I
Don't
need
you
you
want to
to
do that
rip
in
that camera
reverse?
down.
Don't you want to do that in reverse?
Are you
Like,
tall?"
no, but I will be able to. I will be able to lift, like, to hold you steady.
Okay, that's probably better. Yeah. And then I'm gonna just start climbing you.
Dang. Okay.
Just watch them willies, yeah.
So I
Yeah.
like awkwardly like place my legs so that I don't roll off anywhere, and I give you like a foot up near to my shoulder, and
Yeah.
you should be able to, if the dice gods allow it, get on my shoulders. I'm
Do
not
I gotta roll
questioning
for
what you're
that?
doing.
So what is the goal of the action?
I'm ripping the camera down. I don't know if the curse is like my thought process is, and I guess I'll just say this to them while I'm climbing up. Um, but if the curse is something with the building, then this won't mean anything necessarily. But if the curse is like a person who's seeing us in the room through the cameras, it'll make it harder for them to do anything to us. And so I'm kind of like saying that while I'm climbing up shoulders to kind of rip the camera down.
Okay.
Okay. Um, this tastes like a might roll.
Yippee,
Either
yippee.
might and athletics or might and technology. You're getting one of the more fit crew members to assist you, so you can take one enhancement to your roll, and I think at this point Hector also walked over to the room and has now a view on the scene, and Clover is there as well. Is there anything that you do to join in into solving this problem? Because if you do, the entire party gains a curse die.
Yeah, I'm taking a slower, more thoughtful approach, I think, rather than just running around, not account of my age or anything, but my thoughtful nature. Um, but yeah, I do these cameras have the ability to pan around, or are they fixed?
I think there's a slight moment of movability to them.
And have I seen it move since since
Um,
Rue kind of drew my attention to it?
Maybe a bit, yes. Yes. It's certainly zooming in on you now.
Yeah, I'll watch what unfolds here and support if I can, but there's other ways to take out a camera. If
Okay.
boosting somebody up, have somebody on roller skates boosting someone up, it tends to not work out for some reason.
Yeah.
All I'm hearing is hater. I'm gonna click submit on my dice roll.
Please do so.
You know
Wow.
what? Hell yeah. Hell
Well,
yeah. You're so welcome.
So,
And that's on period.
you easily overcome any difficulty that stems from maybe being balanced more or less by a person that is trying to avoid the rolliness of their skates. Um, it is actually looking well, like how these, as if it was like an actual athletics practice or something like that. And you can at least break off the camera. There's a little bit of cables dangling from it, but you have a pretty good feeling about this not working anymore.
I have a look at the person that's on the bed while they're doing their thing and
Yes.
just gesturing to
Maybe have a look
Hector.
at the hits, at the tricks of the general section, if there's anything that is interesting to you, because you have 4 hits to spend on them, and you can decide on what to do with that. In the meantime, is Clover investigating the person on the bed? What does it look like?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Hector to. It's a bit awkward because I don't think Hector and Clover spoke since their really bad date a while back. So, uh, Hector, can you just help straighten this person out? I need to maybe give him a bit of an examination. I don't like how they're still unconscious.
Hmm. Yeah, I go up and I assume they're wearing like what are they wearing? Like just their pajamas?
Yeah, yeah. There's a very comfy bathrobe hanging on a hook on the wall, but they're wearing pajamas. Sleep mask as well. Well, that is now because somebody tore them out of the bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Uh, I'm gonna give him just a general medical examination. So I'm looking at the gas at the oxygen mask as well, that whatever they were wearing. It's monitoring as well, isn't it? So taking that off to have a look at what the hell is being pumped, maybe, but also lifting their eyelids just to see what's going on with their eyes. Are they in REM? Are they just out? Is the eyes rolled up? What's going on with them? How's their breathing? All that kind of general pulse.
Awesome.
So just general medical.
Give me, since you're doing this very expertly and taking some time probably to do it, and medicine and intellect roll. This is an investigation check, so for any tricks that might be interesting later
Okay.
on.
Don't need to add anything else. Change it to anything else. Nice. Okay.
What the? This is the second dice result above 4 in a row. This looks very good for you. So, as you're checking the person, you notice that, and this is probably thanks to Rue removing them from the bed, and as you're putting them back into a sleeping position, they're like these special wounds that you get if you're resting too long and aren't moved. So this person does have these things on their arms, legs, if you dare to look on their back as well. They have been laying here for quite a while. Still deeply asleep. There is still breath going into their lungs. From what you can tell from your brief inspection is that there's oxygen coming from the breathing mask. You take a closer look. And you identify this person. You haven't seen him in a very long time. He was with you here for the same reason why you were here. He lost his parents in a tragic car accident and had to stay for almost 9 years. This is Brian. And Brian has returned and wasn't moved for at least 2 weeks.
Remember Brian? He was one of the few kids who would come and sit next to me and not fire questions at me or babble on. He would just sit quietly, which is all I ever really wanted to do. What the fuck is he? Is he the age we are now, or is he?
Yes.
Brian, do you remember him? I say to
Right.
Clover.
Yeah.
Clover.
That's why would look, can you see the bed sores he's got? It's just not, he's not been moved for ages. Must have been lying here unconscious for so long.
Can you wake him up?
I don't think so. If he was going to wake up, I don't think I've got any adrenaline or anything to
What about
bring him up.
smelling salts?
Nobody's used smelling salts in about 100 years. Hector.
Well,
Well, 50. Depends where you are. No, I don't have smelling salts.
and I just kind of grab him by the face and shake him.
And as you do this, you hear steps on a corridor. And then, just as Brian's giving off a another ghost from the past arrives. It's Nurse Anna. She has been the nurse in the orphanage back in the day. And she always appeared to be an older person to you. And now, as she is standing in front of you, she looks ancient. She's still wearing a nurse outfit, although slightly more modern cut. And she looks so exhausted. And pale, sunken in eyes. And as she is looking into the room, as if to identify what's going on here, Her eyes stop at Blair. And then a warm, motherly expression shows up on her face. And she says, Blair, darling, what are you doing in here? That's not a place for you. And she comes in, probably as Rue is climbing down from Blair. And yeah, she's about to stroke your hair.
The moment Rue is safely on the ground again, I like make this little motion with my feet to slightly slide away from Nurse Anna, but say like, "Hi, it's been a while."
It must seem so, yes. Yes, but it's good to see you're doing well. Come, everyone, this is not a good place for you to hang out. Let's move over. Maybe there are still some biscuits.
I don't know, y'all. This bitch
Staring.
seems evil.
I feel like we're all staring at this woman now. With a lollipop in one hand and a notebook in the other.
I say, I think they've had enough sugar.
Okay, Dad.
Do biscuits have sugar?
Sigh.
Oh, wait, is this the English biscuits? Cookies? Oh, that's embarrassing. Ignore me.
Remember, I just
You're all
use
good.
words. Usually I don't even know what they mean. Like, English isn't even my first language. So,
I presume they're not dog biscuits.
yeah,
Right.
definitely
Scooby
not.
I
snacks.
thought biscuits like what you eat with like chicken, you know?
Okay.
Not
There
sorry,
you go.
I'll stop.
In this moment, they're very much
Yeah, okay.
undetermined biscuits. We don't know what they are yet. We might find out.
How are you still? How are you not retired? Wait, she.
You know how it is. I mean, directors come and go. Owners come and go. Sometimes buildings and people are repurposed, but in the end, it's always about those who come here, right? Those who need care. And she is trying to hold Blair's hand and lead her out of the room while she's talking.
I think eventually, with everything going on and trying to keep tabs on everyone, she does get a hold of my hands eventually, without me really wanting it.
Great. Then she continues. You probably have missed this, but 5 years ago, the children home closed down. And it was the house Madlak mentioned was bought by, and I stayed. There was a position as a medical person open. There were several, and offered me to continue my work here, and which was honestly a blessing. You are almost in front of a different door as she turns around. First focuses on Blair and then on everyone who has joined. Everyone is coming home.
Yeah, we're not planning to stay, by the way. I just want you to know that. One, two of the skates back away from her. My hand feels slightly sweaty, I guess, as I wipe it on my trousers.
I'm gonna.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm gonna lean in and be like, "Do you even want me back here? Let's be real here." I'm gonna kind of like put my shoulder a little bit in front of Blair so that Blair has something to hide behind if they want to, but still to where if Blair wants to go around me and be in front again, they can. But to the point that they have somewhere to hide if this woman keeps trying to grab at them. Um, and I'm just gonna kind of lean in like this and just, do you want me back? Like, I don't think you want me back.
These walls have been your home. And it is not on me to decide who can return and who can't. I'm just here to welcome you.
I'm leaning towards Hector, actually. I feel like we're a step behind. I don't like how she said everyone is coming home. Do you?
I don't.
Should we ask about it?
Who is coming back?
Well, all the children, like your sister. And you, of course. Don't think I forgot you. It often takes a little bit of time to remember all your faces. There have been plenty. And not everyone is as rememberable, she says, smiling at Blair.
Thanks? Question mark. Yeah, but see, we're only here to like investigate something a little bit, and then we'll be back out. Like I will be rolling out of here before you know it, so I won't keep you here any longer, okay? And I scoot a bit back to Hector. What the fuck?
I just jumped, tempted to jump to it because I've been preoccupied with that door, the closed director's door. I just jumped to it. He's not here, is he? He's not back. Mr. Higgins. He died, didn't he?
Mr. Higgins. She shakes her head. No. Is the director of the sleep research clinic. If you want some biscuits, and I know you want to leave, that's fine. It's probably too much to ask for all of you to stay. I wouldn't even know where everybody would find a place. But please, come in. And she opens the door. What now looks like a mix between a break room and a private bedroom. Is a room that has been locked to all of you for a very long time. You have heard about this room. You have seen other kids going into this room and other kids leaving the room. And soon after, the orphanage. It sometimes was just a few hours, often a few days, but whoever went into this room was leaving. And it has a strange mixed purpose sense now, but at the same time it feels like there should be more to it. A room full of secrets, of deals. She offers you to come in.
I'm gonna go inside because I'm just super curious. And I,
Me
I
too.
recorded everybody that came into this room, all the kids that went in, and some, you know, never came back straight out. They kind of went social workers when we took them. That was kind of what was said. So I'm super curious to go in. So I almost pushed the others out the way to get in and just see. Now I now realize where we are.
This looks like the place where Nurse Anna is living. Please, Hector.
I follow Clover, and I just turn to Blair and say, "You should stay out here. This something not right about this."
Fuck do you mean? I'm not a child.
It's not safe.
You know what else is not safe? Being alone in the dark. Being out
God.
in the night. And darkness falls over Hector. He is almost alone. You feel the curse. You feel the need to sink your weapon into this elusive body. You have felt this insane drive for weeks by now. Usually your hunts are over at this point, but this time it's very much the other way round. You are in an abandoned construction ruin, and you know that you shouldn't be alone, and you know that your partner shouldn't be alone. A sight of Lysander and Ash, who already died before, this is the last living member of your Venator cell. Your last friend and accomplice of the nemesis which are left in Miston. And you have seen the pulse of blood that your other friends and colleagues left behind. You have seen the broken bones from their arms sticking in the bark of a tree. You have seen that was what was left of their neck after the head was removed. And you know that they are out there alone as well.
This is this is one of the first things Lysander taught me was to not not go into something like this alone. But I just feel the need for vengeance. I don't care. I gotta end this thing. Maybe it's maybe it's safer for my partner to not be here by my side. But I'm not even fully thinking that. I've got my gun drawn, my Slayer's armament. And I'm listening, I'm smelling, trying to get a sense of what direction this
You feel
my
close.
prey is.
You feel close. You can hear small stones beneath shoes cracking on the concrete. You hear the step of a foot into a puddle. And then you learn that safety is a lie. There is no word for what your brain makes out of the noise that your friend gives off as they die. Switch to Mudlock Mansion. Hector is standing in the doorframe, almost frozen, eyes closed, rapid eye movement. Nurse Anna is talking and presenting you a plate of baked goods as Blair sees a shadow arising behind Hector. It is pure darkness, but it has so many sharp tendrils made out of edges, ready to dig into his flesh and tear him apart. You have 1 second to act.
Right, I'm going to immediately skate over and grab him by his midsection. And I don't know how I'm like in position to the shadow behind him. I would like to like get away from it, so maybe sideways, but I am body slamming Hector.
Perfect. Into the room or into the corridor?
Away from the shadow. Preferably also away from the room.
Okay, brilliant. Give me a dexterity and athletics roll.
Oh, my favorite. Yippee! Curse dice, no enhancements, no complications, straightforward.
Well,
I rolled.
Yeah, that's all right. I wanted to say congratulations on facing a supernatural threat in the line of your duty. Take 1 curse die.
Okay. Yippee.
So, the interesting question here is, do you by any chance have hits on your curse dice? Yes.
Apparently I do.
If you click on the dice results, it folds out.
I got a 10 on my curse die. Fantastic.
That is
Yippee.
so lovely. I'm gonna bend the rules a tiny little bit, because usually Venators just gain altered dice results if they are actually doing magic, which you can do in a limited sense. Most of you can't use spells, and you have your rituals and your duty, but I think you are very much interfering with some supernatural bullshit over there. And so
I don't like it when you make that sound.
You have a lot of hits. And
yes.
you have 3 hits beyond the difficulty, which is amazing. You, of course, gain what you want, and that is getting getting Hector out of the line of fire, basically. What happens is that as you crash into the wall a little bit further down the corridor, you suddenly also are in darkness. And the scene alters a bit. This is a more recent night. You have seen Hector leaving the house several times by now, in the late evening, maybe even in the early mornings, just to return torn up, beaten up, exhausted, on the brink of being broken. And this night, you decided to do something. Hector leaves the house. What do you do?
I go through the stuff that he always keeps hidden from me.
When you're leaving for a hunt, do you leave anything behind, or do you take your entire arsenal with you, Hector?
At this time, I was in a hurry. I grabbed my gun, but I left my knife.
Brilliant. There is a knife. Also, a letter. In a kind of familiar handwriting.
Is the letter like out of the envelope and open already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna feel the knife first because I haven't seen this thing around, and why? That's kind of cool. Where would you get this? And then go over the letter.
Dear Hector, you know, I did my best to watch out for you before the tragedy happened and afterwards as well as I could. So, while I personally think there's only one way to go, I want to tell you that this path of vengeance will consume you. It consumes all of us. There are others with better means, calmer minds, but they lack in determination. So, take this if you really want to make a difference. Take this if there is somebody who matters to you and you want to protect no matter what. Take this and curse me for whatever is gonna happen to you as a consequence. Your uncle, Lysander.
Hold on a second. Have I seen I've seen the handwriting a bit before, but has he ever himself called uncle?
No,
Lysander?
he
Yeah,
never
that.
called himself Lysander, and he was a friend of the family.
Mm-hmm. But not family, family.
No, not really.
Protect someone at all costs. Huh? The fuck is he getting into? Um, shit, he's going to do something stupid. Um, I I think I grab my stuff and go after him as much as I can.
What is your stuff?
Um, I put on the goddamn skates. Um, and I think because I saw him grab a gun, I grab his knife and I sling my biathlon gun over my shoulder. It looks very much not like a real gun, so it wouldn't really draw that much attention. I'm just going to practice, right? And
Brilliant.
I try my best to chase after him.
And you will find Hector. And the knife will be used, as with the gun. But that's not for now. Rue? Out of the corner of your eyes, you see the action scene unfolding behind you. At the same time, Clover, you realize that Nurse Anna is continued talking whilst her eyes are closing, and her posture is getting. And then there's a loud clatter as Hector and Blair are crashing into a wall. What do you do?
I spin around at the noise. Is she still holding the plate as well? Or is it that
Yes.
clatter onto the floor as well? Okay. Um, Seeing her, okay, I recognize that from Blair's description. Clatter behind me, turn around to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah, me too. I'm not going to leave Clover's side, since everyone's kind of moving in groups of two right now. But I am going to just see what's happening because I missed that, like that was behind me. So I'm gonna turn around and be like, huh?
So you see a large creature made out of black smoke, probably, or darkness, and it is hunting down its prey, which seems to be the other pair of siblings.
You said it's a creature of shadow of some kind?
Yes.
Are there any lights on in the corridor at the minute?
No.
Is there any lights in this room, like that we can grab as lanterns or flashlight or something, emergency light? You know, like they would have had to have for electric.
You know what?
The electrics get up.
Spend a point momentum.
Yeah.
Narrate it into existence.
Yeah. I think there's like there would be like an emergency kit, wouldn't there, in places like this where the electrics shut off. The in theory emergency lights should come up, but there will also be some sort of first aid kit, all that kind of stuff. So it'd probably be like a flashlight on her table or something. So I'm grabbing that, kind of peeking out the room, seeing what the hell's going on, backing in, looking around, seeing that the flashlight, grabbing it. As she's wavering on her feet, for a moment I'm tempted to push her onto if there's a bed, if she's been living there, but then I'm thinking no, just leaving her as she is. Shoving it, actually, I'm not grabbing it, but I'm shoving it into Rue's hands to just point that, just shadow, maybe it'll.
Rue, what do you do?
What Clover just told me to do. Yeah.
Ghostbuster it.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? This actually sounds like you're doing an attack based on science. And just on pure intuition, so that would be cunning. Science and cunning, please.
Is that me or is that?
That's you, because you are having the weapon called a torchlight in your hands. And the difficulty is 2.
She
this is
get
the-
does she get enhancement because I'm helping and guiding her?
Sure, if you...
Okay. Okay, wait, we said... I'm sorry. Wait, what am I rolling again?
Science, dexterity. Difficulty is 2. And let's give you 1 enhancement for your friend. Actually, no, let's give you 2 enhancement because we just narrated an object into existence and it gives you an item bonus.
Okay. 2 enhancement. It has the curse dice at 1. Is that correct?
Currently, yes.
Okay. And then no complications. Difficulty straightforward.
Yep. 2 is...
Oh, whoops.
but
Okay, I
we
have to
can-
redo
we
that
can
then.
we don't need to redo, we just can.
Okay, sorry.
Whoop-de-doop-de-doop. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh no. This doesn't look great. Well, the good news is you still have momentum. So you can either increase your momentum or you can just spend 2 momentum to to just succeed.
uh, I'll just. I mean, what do you guys want me to do? Do you want me to spend the momentum
I
or?
think so. I don't know what you, Jazz. What do you guys think? I think it's
But
fine.
did you science dexterity? Yeah.
It
Use
was just-
momentum.
Okay, yeah. Then I use a momentum to succeed.
It's 2, but yes. Awesome. You're
2
now
momentum
at
to
3
succeed.
momentum, and the flashlight glares up. A beam of light pierces the darkness, and the shadow dissipates. There's a strange lingering sensation in the air after it is gone. It's like if somebody was calling your name. Yeah.
Sorry.
No.
I have that trace thing. I'm trying to scroll up to find it because I didn't put it on my sheet. The single trace that will help me locate. Ah!
Ooh,
I-
a ritual. Yes. Give me a second.
Okay, here we go. A single trace, entanglement 2, cost, bleed 4, curse dice, but I don't have that. I don't have that yet, right?
You gain 1 curse die because you engage the supernatural thread in line of your duty as a Venator. So you're now at 2 curse dice, but that's not enough to bleed 4. That's true.
Okay, perfect. Then I will wait.
Okay. Shadow dissipates. Probably Hector and Blair are coming back to their senses.
My eyes are a little moist and shimmery, having re-experienced that part of that night. I immediately look at Blair, making sure she's okay.
Probably basically lying on top of you, like holding you by the waist from body slamming you.
What the fuck?
Ugh.
Okay.
Some kind of weird shadow tried to grab Hector, and so I would say I'm sorry for body slamming you, but I'm truly not, honestly. Ow.
Yeah, no, that was a thing. We saved you. You're welcome. Yeah, it's fine. It's gone for now.
This nurse, where is she?
Uh,
I've had fucking enough of this.
Anna's in there, and I'm looking back in the room. Is she still asleep?
Yes.
I grab her tray of biscuits and just throw it across the room.
You make a lot of noise. You make a lot of noise. And what you hear in the back of your mind is the heavy knock that foreshadows the opening of the door to the director's office. And I think before we get to that looming door, we should take a very quick 5-minute break. So everyone stay patient and stay alarmed, for there's probably nothing nice waiting for you there. See you in 5. Welcome to Break with Faces. Sorry, Josie. I have no idea what's happening here, because if you were able to hear us, in my OBS there's just a video and a sound source for the pre-roll, and the source and none of those are our microphones, so that's like extremely strange. But hey, it's Curseborne, and for the first time I'm running tech for my own game, so of course something strange must have happened. Thank you for telling us. It's always nice to be aware if you're talking to the entire internet instead of an amazing group of just 5 people.
Do we get a momentum for you failing that technology roll, or?
That is a very good question. You know what? Yes, of course, take a momentum. That seems reasonable.
Bullying Tom and getting momentum out of it? Damn.
Yeah. Awesome.
We're so gonna die.
Speaking of dying, I just need to refill my drink, and then I am good to return to the game.
Remember, kids, always hydrate.
Yes.
Hydrate or dihydrate. About that.
Okay.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Jesus.
Okay. Are we ready to return?
Aye, aye, Captain. Come on, you guys.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. 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 The memory of the sound that the knock on the director's door provokes comes a few seconds before all of you hear it from the lobby. The stern two-time knock that is required of all staff members to inform the director that something, or quite often, someone needs his attention. You all hear the knock. You all immediately remember this door made of dark, dark wood, with the silvery sheen of the door handle glaring out of this darkness, as is to prophesize what lies beyond. You feel a cold drift coming down the corridor as the door opens. And once again, it is as if someone was calling your name. Though two of you are still standing in the room, no, three of you are standing in the room that now has a platter of disorganized biscuits on the floor, and Hector is holding the sleeping Nurse Anna in his hands.
Hector, that was loud. Ow.
Hector, I don't think she's waking up. Do you?
It's not. I as gently as I can, which is not very, put her on the bed where the patient was. Or maybe actually I would take her in and put her on her own bed, because that was her quarters inside that door, correct?
Mm-hmm.
While he's doing that, I can do a spell. Can I use mine?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
this room is Clover's like big mystery. Wanting to know what's going on in here. So I'm gonna, underneath my clothes, I have this necklace that my mother gave me, with an opal on it. She only gave me, I think, something like that. I don't think Rue got something.
Ah, she hated me.
Um, so it's so Clover. I know this, so I keep it out of kind of trying to avoid conflict. But I take this opal out and holding it, I can't usually. This is not something that we can do as Venatori human beings, essentially, but we can kind of flex the stuff if we have something that is embedded with magic, which this thing is. It's a um, it's a shard of moon essentially as an item, but it's an opal in how it looks like, and I'm going to cast the spell that's embedded in it, which is the hidden things, that helps me see things that are hidden around me. Particularly useful for my profession and what I do. And essentially, what it's there to do is to give me some sort of lead or evidence from the room around us. I'm very, like I say, well, he's messing with the nurse. I'm not interested in the nurse. I'm interested in this room.
And do you need to roll anything for this? I don't think so. You just need
Doesn't
to
say so,
bleed
no.
a curse
Yeah.
die.
Yes.
And you... How does it look as you are invoking magic that was not necessarily meant for you?
For everybody else, it doesn't look like anything. Perhaps there's a grimace of pain that is on my face because, like I say, it's not something that was meant for me. It's something that I'm using, so it's probably burning a bit as I'm holding it, trying to concentrate. But what it does for me is draws my attention, and almost in a hyper sensory way that, you hear everything, you hear, you see something minute that I've draws my attention into it.
And your senses become enhanced. You scan every surface, every single item in the room with a hunter's instinct. And quickly you discern if something is a track or something is just ordinary environment. And you find something just a tiny bit sticking out behind the bed. It's a paper folder. You pull it out and open it, and you found something exciting, something that furthers your hunt. What appears as boring paperwork to any outside onlooker is quite dense documentation. And what you notice as you flip through it and compare it to your list that you have made of all the people who went into this room and then left, all of these people are mentioned here as well, and then never again, just as if they are leading their ordinary lives. But Blair, Hector, Rue, Brian, everyone who stayed, who never entered this room, they appear again and again in this material. Addresses, jobs, phone numbers, they're all over here. And there's like a special mark on Brian, as if to register that he came in. And as you move further through the paper, you see the names of all these cases that your investigation started with the dreamers whose significant others or family members vanished or found a gruesome death. They also appear on this list.
I was going to ask, so were they kids that were here as well and stayed here? And then I was going to ask you if they were on that list, okay?
Yes. There's one thing that you just notice in the end as you are about to close the folder again. There's no mention of you.
But there is a Rue.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm looking through it. I think as an epidemiologist, I think in patterns. So that's what I'm looking for, exactly that the pattern between what I had before and here, and what's the cross relations and leading to what. And I'm looking and I'm seeing all the names, and it sort of makes a lot of sense. And I'm looking for, and I don't think I realize that my name is missing in the first scan. I'm doing this really quickly, but then I realize it on the second scan, and I go through again, and can't see myself, and I file that away for a minute. The other people that were here, whose family members disappeared, died, and whatever, they got out, right? Because they reported to the police. Okay. Does it say in the paperwork how long they were here for, or is it just asterisks kind of highlighted?
It's just highlighted. There's probably more documentation in a different place.
Mm-hmm. Probably in the director's office.
Good.
Or where the cameras are. Staring at it, turning around to Rue and Hector. I don't know if Blair's by this point came to join us. But turning around to them and saying, this is useful information. So there's a pattern here. Very cheerfully, in like, I'm really troubled, so I'm going to be super cheerful right now. It's really helpful pattern in this. All the people that, the people that reported, their family members, they were actually all kids like us that were, stayed till we became adults and got kicked out. Everyone, including Brian, which we already knew, yeah. And we're on this list. We've been tracked.
What do you mean, tracked?
I mean, look, show you. Look, you see your names there, and the address that you guys lived in after you left, and then it's again when you've moved. And Brian's on there as well. And then when he's moved, look how many times he's moved loads of times. They were tracking us.
What the fuck? And why aren't you on there?
Rue's on there. I have no idea why I'm not on there. Thanks for pointing that out. I was trying to avoid that, but okay. Yeah, no idea.
Right, okay. I see how it is. Just a second. I'm gonna try to do my ritual. Whee! Because things are getting a bit dicey and I don't like it, and I want to make a good luck charm for Hector. But I should look at what the thing is. Hold on. Bleed 2 curse dice, so then I'm left with 0, but that's possible, right? Or
That is
not?
possible, yes.
Yeah.
You don't have a damnation, a damnation that you could fall into. That's actually interesting. I might need to come up with something fun.
Oh, great, my favorite. Right. Roll with artistry or medicine. Great. I don't have either of those, but we'll make it work. I think I'm gonna roll up to Hector and quickly like, hold on, just give me a second. And I take off one of my own like 15 bangles or something. And I scratch something into it with my nail. Trying to like dent the metal. And I don't know, try to like have my of what I know the ritual guide me in order to scratch this in there, and then whether he likes it or not, put it around his wrist.
Uh,
Time to roll. Artistry or medicine. I have 1 dot in medicine. Do I roll any attribute with that or just that?
No, you roll an attribute. You
Okay.
said you are scratching this, right?
Yes.
It sounds like dexterity to me.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, oh gracious game master. If I bleed
Story
curse
guide.
dice, sorry.
You bleed them after doing your magic. So
Okay.
whatever you roll now is very important. And you roll with 2 curse dice.
Yay! I got 1 hit. I'm so good at this.
And it's not on your curse dice.
No.
So, okay. It actually works.
Yippee!
I was thinking evil stuff. So, what is the effect with one hit?
The person carrying the charm may reroll 1 action of their choice while they wear the charm, after which the magic dissipates.
Awesome. Okay, great. What does the ritual look like? What are you? Oh yeah, you weren't scribing. That's the magic part. Yes.
Yeah, I'm scratching it with my nail. Like, come on, like there. Okay. Right. And I just jam it onto his wrist. Hold on to that.
and I just glance at Blair with the closest approximation to affection I can come up with in my facial expression. But I'm still I'm nervous about this door and thinking about the director, and I'm listening intently, trying to hear if I hear his footsteps, which always came after that knock.
The good thing is the bracelet, the lucky charm, sticks to you like an annoying little sister that follows you wherever you go, no matter how dangerous it is. You also feel that patience is running low. You can, of course, ignore that. You don't have to go to the door. You're an adult now. You don't have to follow the call, yet it is calling you. There's probably more people here in this building. You have the documentation that tells you that. There's also a scary cellar. There's also the rooftops, which is a place of quiet and peace. And there is Rue with an idea.
While they're kind of deciding about this director store, you said there's a cellar. How do I get to the cellar?
Well, you know, there was this staircase that you could have sworn was in the lobby near the corridor. Maybe you should have a second look.
Okay, I'm gonna go look over where the staircase would have been. And if I don't see it still, I'm gonna start ripping up floorboards because surely there is a way down.
Beautiful. Just to check in with the rest of the crew, are you staying with the sleeping nurse? Are you going into the same direction as Rue, since you also have to go to the lobby to go to the administrator's office?
Mm-hmm.
Do you join her quest to find the staircase? What is the course of action for each of you?
I'm wandering after her, just as kind of Blair pointed out that I'm not on the list out loud, and it sinks in, and I see Rue at the corner of my eye heading in a certain direction, and I'm just automatically autopiloting after her, still looking through this impossible, like, how is everybody else on this and I'm not on here? Like, surely I must be missing something. Following her.
Let's do something fun, Rue. You're trying to solve a riddle. There is a disappeared staircase, and you're ready to destroy your environment to find it. So let's roll enigmas and might.
All right. Or all might, if you will. Okay. Rue. All right. Enigmas. Oh, okay. And might. And no enhancements, no complications, difficulty 1.
Let's put, since we are late in the show, some complications on this. If you get a mild complication, which is 1 in term of value. If you don't buy this off, more visions of the past will come to haunt you.
Boo! Tomato, tomato! What did I win? Ah!
How is this possible? You are amazing. You showed the same dice luck as I. And it's so nice to have this happen on the other side of the screen for once.
My physical dice are so much nicer to me.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Here's what's gonna happen.
Okay.
As Hector and Blair steady themselves to walk through the dark wood door into the director's office, you are taking the wallpaper down. You are removing some vintage paintings. You take a really good look at all these curtains that are just not in the right place. And you find it. There it is. There's the staircase. The staircase with the cellar at the end. The staircase at the cellar that makes strange noises in the night. And you just can't help it. You walk down the stairs towards the metal door at the end. And of course you're not alone. Your sister is at your side, and your friend is at your side. And you feel the weight of the necklace that they gave you all these years ago. And you spent so much time on finding Jazzy. What was the last time that you saw them?
The last time I was here, when I was like I don't know, how old were we? Like 14?
Probably.
Yeah, it's the last time I saw Jezzy.
You are in the best company. As you put your hand onto the handle and feel the cold metal beneath your skin. You can feel it creep down the fibers of your muscles, almost paralyzing you, reaching for your forearm, for your shoulder. And then it's not spreading. It's not spreading to your neck or your stomach. No, it just goes directly to your heart as you start to remember what is behind that door. Hector, Blair, the director is awaiting you.
I glance at Blair and the guitar case on her back as I draw my revolver.
Sticking behind you whether you want it or not. And I drop the guitar case and get out a neon pink biathlon gun and load it. Fun fact, there's no safety on biathlon rifles.
Why would you need safety in sports, right? But I'm not an expert. I don't know this thing. What I know is as you enter the realm of the director, you are surrounded by large dark wood bookshelves, and a little bit further down, filing cabinets. And there is this immense dark desk with a high chair or a seat behind it. And in front of it, there are two chairs, much smaller, not cushioned in any way. They're very uncomfortable. For a second, you see that there are nice seats, probably for clients of the Institute, but this is not your reality right now. You are in the director's office, and you see him sitting in his chair. He is not dead. He is sitting there upright, and he is oozing darkness. Hector, Blair, sit down.
What the fuck?
So everything is just that much larger, as if we were the size we were as children. Is that
Yes.
I kind of put my hand back to kind of try to keep Blair behind me to protect her as much as possible. As I step forward, I'm still holding my revolver in my hand, trying to take in my surroundings in this creature, this director, slowly taking one step at a time towards the chairs.
I follow behind him and I basically already take aim over his shoulder.
I said, sit down.
I look at Blair again over my shoulder. Hey, why? I feel the pull to do as I'm told, as if I'm 8 years old again. But it's nonsense. This is the target, correct? This is our quarry. Our Do I feel that?
Probably. There
Close in.
is something deep, buried deep within you that tells you you need to kill it. It's a
Yes.
monster. It must end now. But there's also something else, an authority that tells you, no, you won't. It's not acceptable that you would. And as if the monster felt your resistance, it says, you know, I don't like repeating myself. Sit down and get your sister also seated.
I
Or you
feel this.
won't let me any choice but to show her.
Do I also feel a compulsion to go sit down?
Yes, you do, and you also feel like the much younger person at the same
Right.
time.
Great.
There there'll be another opportunity to shoot. I'm not going to take my gun off of him, but I do it as he says, and I walk up to the side of the chair and kind of wheel Blair into position beside her chair.
Right. So the chair's like in front of a desk, right?
Yep.
Okay, I sit down. Sure. I immediately plant my elbows on it and like aim down the sides.
Awesome. Let's switch to the door of the cellar. Rue, you are alone. No Jazzy, no Clover, just you, the door, and the frantic hammering from the other side. Tiny fists shouldn't be able to make so much noise.
Is the door locked?
You know you have something in your pocket that will unlock it.
Yeah. That's why I was asking. I'm pulling out my oh gosh, what was it called again?
It's a master key, I think.
It's just master key. I mean, yeah, it's a master key. I thought it had a different name, but yeah, I'm pulling out my master key and I'm shoving it in the lock. And I know a minute ago my sister and my friend were here with me. And so I'm gonna just kind of say Clover's name again and then Jezzy's name again and see if I get any kind of response. And if I don't, then I'm gonna turn the key and open the door.
A master key is an heirloom that opens doors to many places, especially to those who are meant to be guarded off from unbidden intrusion to places nobody is supposed to go in. The master key doesn't ask who denies the entry. It just grants access. Again, if you had any before, for example, you open the door and your eyes need a moment to adjust to the darkness. There they are, Clover and Jazzy, in the room, chained down, not to walls. It's like they're open boxes, almost like coffins, and there are holes in the ground, and a spade, and Clover, you're sitting in a wooden box, your arms being chained, and there is this feeling of utter isolation. You feel that your throat is hoarse from screaming. You feel that your fists are bloody from banging against the door. And there is a figure standing in the doorframe. Finally, you have been heard.
Am I gagged or not?
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, I think it's that initial flinching from the door, like who's come back to hurt me, and then seeing Rue there. It's the wide-eyed kind of terrified look of a preteen that's looking at or a teenager's kind of Rue.
She's immediately going over and pulling out my master key opens any lock, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna try to get them chains open, and get my Clover out.
You do so. You open the chains. Clover, you are free. But there's a shadow manifesting in the door. And with a snap of their hand, flames flare up in the corners of the room. And you see that in the other boxes are other people, also chained. At least a few of them. Others are bedded on cushions and beneath blankets, sleeping. There is one big hole in the center of the ground. And you hear the voice of the director saying, "I've been waiting for your return. No, you. You need to step into that one." And he points at a box prepared as a bed, looking at Rue.
I'm
Is it-
gonna.
Go
Oh,
on.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, is he at the door?
Yes, he is standing in the doorframe.
Okay. I think that terror and that the pain in my wrists where I've been bound, and where she took everything off, and just did this sheer adrenaline in me, and I've still got the syringe that Rue gave me
I'm
earlier,
so proud
right?
of you. I'm so proud of
So
you.
I'm just like, this is all about protecting Rue right now in her head, and it's so taking the syringe, as in motion, pulling air into the capsule with the needle. So it's full of air basically, and I'm running at this shadow to stick it in their neck. I know there's a way for us to also. I've got an edge if I can use it, because I don't know if I can. As maneuverable, that I can move quite quickly in, depending on rollers and whatever. So basically, what I want to do is stick the syringe in the neck and pump the air into the neck, into some vein, into a vein or something, to put a air bubble into there. Again, medical professional. She knows where, or sort of knows where to stab and to do this kind of thing.
Let's do a medicine. No dexterity roll. This is all about being quick.
Okay.
Right.
What do you want me to? I don't have any cursed dice because I bled one. I didn't have any added, did I, afterwards? So at any point.
Do you want to use mine? Is that possible? Can I give mine?
If you were in a loophole, that would be possible, that you can give other people cursed dice, but you have to basically be in a secure area for that.
Yeah.
Right now, that's very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't you no, you didn't confront.
No, Rue did, yeah.
But you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Take one curse die.
Okay. Try that again then. Okay. So do you need me to add any complications or anything to it, or just leave it as is?
Please add a severe complication to this.
Ooh.
Oh.
How do I do that?
Value
It
of
doesn't
3.
let me. Okay.
And the
And
difficulty is a
difficulty?
2.
And we buy complications with any additional hits, right?
Correct.
Or momentum. Okay. Ooh, okay. So 2 available hits. So I'm going to buy off 2 if I can, and then leave the 1, I guess. Is that how it
That's
do it?
you have to buy
Or we
off
have
the
to do all
total.
3. So can I use momentum, because we've got 4 and we're...
I mean, we are basically in the last quarter of an hour of our session.
Okay.
Anything.
Yep. Let's do it. I'm going to use the momentum to buy the last one, as I fling myself at this
You land
shadow director.
the syringe. You feel it penetrating the skin. You feel where the diffuse vapor and shadow turn solid, and you just stick it so well deep into him, and you press more than 1,000 times of a lethal amount of air into his bloodstream. And you feel him shake beneath the attack. And then he takes up his hand, flicks at your forehead, and says, "Don't pretend as if this matters." And since you bought off the complication, you're not flying through the air, crashing into some splintering woods or or walls or anything like this. But for a brief second, you feel like nothing. You, at best, maybe a desperate idea. Idea of someone who could have been loved. An idea of someone who could have gotten a gift. An idea of someone who would be ideal, so I wouldn't be alone anymore. Let's get back into the office. Do you want to take the shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do so. Dexterity, firearms. No, it's range combat. Range combat,
Yeah.
dexterity.
Dexterity, range combat, and I have my heirloom on 3 dots as well. So that's when it hits, of course.
And you take a severe complication on that roll.
So that's 3?
Yes.
Okay. Five hits.
That's just enough.
Eat my dust. As I basically have a... Is there like a... Is it the humanoid figure?
It is a humanoid figure, yes.
I have it pointed right here, like just between the eyes, and I take the shot.
As the bullet unloads from the rifle, it reworks reality around you. You're sitting in a much brighter room. There is actually just the sun hiding behind the horizon. It is early evening, so there's just this slight purple shimmer filtering through the curtains onto these much more pleasant bookshelves. And the bullet digs deep into the shadowy director. And you see how it tears a vortex-like hole into its chest. And in this moment, Hector also breaks from the illusion. You feel the blast of the shockwave that is probably supposed to throw you away, to crash you through the walls, to banish you. But you withstand. Hector, what do you do?
This isn't the director. This is something else. I look him. My gun is still in my hand.
Once again, please.
My revolver is still in my hand.
Still in your hand, yes.
I point and take a shot myself.
Dexterity, range combat, severe complication means 3 and difficulty 2 to hit.
I have 2 curse dice still, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
The only complication I can choose is exhausted, but I'll try just see how many hits I get. So it looks like I just overcome the complication as well.
The second, what's it called? Hunter's armament?
Yes, it's
Slayer's
the
armament.
Slayer's armament, yes.
The second Slayer's armament bellows, inscribed lead into the body in front of you. Another terrible hole tears itself into the body. You see the facade breaking away. This has never been the director. This is something that assumed his place, his shape. Does it really matter to a nemesis to learn really who or what your enemy are, as long as you bring them down, as long as you eliminate them, to stop them? Your gun doesn't ask this question. It tears and kills. It's a strange feeling, as if somebody else is also holding your hand. And as the smoke trails from the opening of the gun, you almost can see Lysander's face. Lysander, who has always been there from one of the earliest days that you can remember till that fatal night where you had to kill him in a hospital bed. And he was always also there when the tragedy happened. I mean, how couldn't he have been there? Otherwise, there wouldn't have been a tragedy. And you feel the weight in your boots on the path that you are walking down. The path that is littered with monsters to your left and to your right, and the bodies of those who are close and dear to you in front of you. Blair. There is so much darkness in front of you, and the sheer blast of your weapons is taking it apart. There is still sunlight out there, and even though you know night will come and it will go, you know one thing for sure: you won't be here alone. You have your brother at your side, and once again you have been saving him. What do you think? How long can this last?
Until either he or I perish. But the protection. I'm never gonna let him run to some place where I know he might get killed without me. I am always skating behind him, whether he wants to or not. I am like a piece of gum stuck to the sole of his foot. At least it's pink.
bright and visible, and very hard to ignore.
And
Hmm?
and I realize this as well, and I just think about, what happened to the rest of my crew just weeks ago, and just think of the risks that Blair has taken, even being that close to me. There's no safety in us being together. It's just an illusion.
Meanwhile, there's another shadow in the cellar, asking for Rue to step into the box. And we don't have the time to have the full conversation, but we have time for the offer. We both crave something, it says, shivering as if in pain. You see the syringe still sticking out of the neck, delivered by an act of devotion. But also there's something else going on with that body. There must be something else going on. You heard gunshots. Hector and Blair are probably doing what they're doing best. And yet it is still talking to you. We both crave something, someone. And if you join, we can make them real. And he indicates with an empty hand towards Clover.
Clover's not real? Did I miss something?
You always have been quite imaginative.
Do I have everything that I came in here with? Like my bag and...
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All that did was piss me off. So I'm gonna grab... I've got like a knife in my bag. I don't have any firearms because I'm not intelligent. And I'm just gonna run at it and I'm gonna stab the fuck out of him.
And Clover?
I've been flung right back into...
A bit, not very
Yeah.
much. You resisted it. You bought off the complication.
I think I have this realization that as soon as this thing dies, I end as well. So while I'm here, that's kind of what's going on in my head, as everything, again, patterns, very logical, everything fits together. And memories flooding into my head and things like that probably weren't mine, but were Rue's and became mine as a separation of whatever. And but at the same time, I still don't want Rue to get hurt. So while she's running to stab, I'm jumping to grab their legs to trip this director creature, whatever, up. So Rue has a better chance of hitting.
As if one, you coordinate your attack well and perform it in precision you bring it down. And let's face it, you're not fighters, you're thinkers. You're impulse-driven maybe, but your determination brings it down to the floor long enough for the artillery to arrive, for Hector and Blair to show up and put some well-deserved bullets where they need to go. What happens afterwards, I'm afraid we don't have the time to tell. So, what happens with Hector and Blair if they can protect each other, and how long, that's up to you. And in what shape or form Clover and Rue reunite, we might need to find out some other time, or you can tell the story for yourself. I am immensely grateful for having the four of you as my players, and I say thank you for playing this game of Curseborne Venators with me.
Thank you!
And before I'm getting banned from any channels, and our tech is doing more fancy things like changing people's names and all the like. Please tell everyone who you truly are, like the person you want to be, and where to find you, and if you do anything amazing. So I am not entirely sure, since also the order changed. We're gonna start with clarification. So not Josie, but M. Please tell us who you are, what you do, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm M, not Josie. You can find me at the Ray on everything, and primarily on the Tales of Pantheon's Twitch every other Tuesday for Scion.
Thank you very much. And the very much not M, but Josie.
Hi, I am Josie at Chronic Brain Pain on TikTok. When I'm not playing tabletop RPGs, I'm playing in real life RPGs called LARP. It's kind of fun. You should do it one time. And kind of embarrassing that the resident tech goblin fucked up the overlay. But hey, what can you do?
Well, I mean, you're taking away a lot of anxiety from me. So thank you.
Glad to be of service.
Okay. Cameron.
Yes, I'm Cameron, not Inbal. And I'm, yes, Cameron the Tall on Discord, and I like playing and running games. That's what I do.
Thank you. And not Cameron, but
anyone
Inbal.
else. Only me, the one and only Inbal. Inbal. You can find me as on Discord as IRPGoob. I'm usually on, I'm on Onyx Path server as well as Illusion HorrorCon and other places. So do come and say hello.
Thank you. Okay, I am Tom. I am a freelance RPG writer and translator. I have written the story guide chapter on Monster Kingdoms and the upcoming Jumpstart, which found very kind words by Matthew Dawkins during the Earthbane panel last night. And I also run games professionally, and I am also involved in the Illusion HorrorCon, which we will bring back this year in December, which is always a blast. Okay, I think that's all from us. We're probably gonna hang out for a second, but making sure that you can't listen to us. So team, let's practice like a minute of silence after I've took off our video, and just, if we need to say something, just say nice things about the audience before we kill the stream. Okay, let's have a wonderful time. Enjoy whatever is left of the con. Remember, there are still discounts going, and yeah, just be yourself and not too much afraid of the darkness. We need each other. Okay. Bye bye.